Hey, Connect Camp's host and marketing coordinators, it's Caitlin again, and this time we're going to be talking about the Winter Get Notified campaign. So the Winter Get Notified campaign is definitely written for you to use after Christmas, at the beginning of 2025, probably in January, probably before you come to the Connect conference. We know that since registration for camp goes live on February 16th, that you need ample amount of time to let families know the date and the time that registration is going to go live. So that date and time is going to be February 16th at 8 a.m. Eastern time. So if you're in a different time zone, subtractor the hour there. So it'd be 7 a.m. But all that to say, we want to help you maximize the month of January and the first part of February, leading up to registration going live, to really build your Get Notified list and build your tribe of people. That way, when you go to launch registration on February 16th, that you have a whole list of parents who are ready to sign up. So let's walk through this campaign together. Just a couple reminders. Anything in red is going to be your church's personal info, whether that's your church name, your camp dates, your camp location, all of that you'll have to add in and change in the red. And then anything highlighted in yellow is where you're going to execute this step. And we haven't provided that resource. Most likely it's a selfie video for social media, or passing out a flyer. We can't be there in person to hand out the flyer, so you have to do that. Just like the Christmas campaign, there is a list of like checklist items that we have suggested as some really great ideas to help kind of give some more meat to this campaign. And so you'll see the campaign dates again down here and what to do day by day. But this checklist at the top is just another checklist for you to kind of say, okay, how can we take it up a notch? And maybe you have different ideas that work better in your community. And we know that marketing looks different in every community. So you may say that not all of these are going to work, but I'll take 5 of the ideas and I'll implement them, and that'll be great. So we just kind of want to fill your toolbox, fill your tool belt, and give you more ideas than you know what to do with. That way you know how to execute in your community. So I'll walk through this checklist really fast, and then I'll move on to the campaign day by day. So the first item on the checklist that'll help you take your marketing to the next level in the month of January would be to request any web edits from your church communication team. So we can't edit your website for you. You probably have someone on staff, or maybe it's a college student intern or something like that, who edits your website. And they probably have a process that they want you to follow. So you're going to want to go ahead and sync up with them and let them know that, hey, registration for Connect Camps is going to go live on February 16th. Can you go ahead and put this graphic or this announcement on our homepage, on our website? That would be ideal if you can get it on your homepage and on your kids ministry page. That way anyone who lands on your website just kind of knows that camp is coming and you're hosting it. The next item on this list is to request any design edits from the Connect home office. And there is a graphic design request form that comes straight to our team. And you can request any edits or any new additions. Just so you know, it's going to take about a month of time for a brand new idea. But it will take anywhere from hopefully 5 business days or less for an edit. And so if you're just adding like maybe a promo code or something like that, you should get that turned around within the week. But if you're working on a bigger project that's like a brand new idea, a brand new graphic design that's really specific to your church, then you're gonna want to like timeline for about a month of total time. And that is like 2 weeks for a first draft. And then it's by the end of the month, you would have your final design. So just be thinking ahead a little bit. And if there's anything that you want in addition to all the resources we've already given you in your marketing folder. Something that we really encourage at Connect Camps that I know you hear from your home office contacts all the time are partnerships and how to form win-win partnerships. And we really believe in the power of those as a camp host and as a marketing coordinator, whether that's business partners or church partners. And so this is the month and the time where you're going to want to start thinking, how can I equip these business partners? And one way to do that is to pick 5 business partners that you have. Maybe they attend your church. Maybe they're within the 1-mile radius of your church and you're trying to strategically build that relationship. And this is a way that you can maybe extend the olive branch and do that and say, hey, can we put a poster up in your door window? And then you can partner with them in that way. So think through 5 business partners and give them some posters to maybe put up, whether it's on a bulletin board in a coffee shop that moms frequent, or in the door, like a window cling or something like that. But the key there is, okay, are they going to be a win-win partnership? How can you serve them and how can they serve you? But also, are these like high foot traffic areas for moms? And so, because you're going to want your posters in front of moms and maybe grandparents and dads and family members who have that decision power to send kids to camp. So think strategically about that one. The next one kind of goes hand in hand with the business partner idea, but maybe somebody in your church owns the local Chick-fil-A or the Wendy's or whatever, and you can put yard signs in drive-throughs, whether that's like a physical like fast food drive-through, or some of you guys have are really blessed to have good school partnerships. And so think through like car rider lines, like where can you put yard signs in drive-throughs? So also in the drive-through thought, you can give those same business partners hype cards to drop in kids meals. That would obviously be like a fast food drive-through, not the school drive-through. And then plan a mailer that you want to send to 3 of your lists. So something that we encourage you to do is kind of identify a couple different audiences that you communicate with at all times, whether that's a list that you got from your fall festival of people who were there, or a list of people who came to your Christmas sing-along or your Christmas service, or just your normal parent list that you communicate with throughout the year. Send them a mailer. You hopefully have captured their mailing address at some point. And so this is just another way that you can market to them, and just another reminder. Because we know that it takes about 7 times, at least 7, the number is probably going to be higher as we continue to be an increasing digital world. But we know that it takes at least 7 times for someone to see something before they make that like decision to buy or purchase. And so maximizing all of your different types of resources, whether that's social media, website, email, text, drive-throughs, posters, hype cards, mailers. If you're hitting them in all of these ways, then the parent is going to remember, hopefully. And at some point along that customer journey, they're going to buy and register for camp or get notified for camp if it's before registration going live. So the next one says request access to car rider line for local schools. I kind of touched on that in the yard sign option up here, but that's the same thought. Can you either put yard signs in the car rider line for local schools, or maybe you can go serve and open the doors for families as like they let their kids out in the morning. Think through how you can make a win-win partnership with your local school system if there's not really barriers there for you. Some of you guys, your church is on a main highway or in a really high traffic area. And so you probably have some sort of fence or banner situation that you like to put an outdoor vinyl banner outside of your church, whether that's for your VBS or your Christmas sing-along, your Christmas services. I know the church that I attend in Watkinsville, they use their banners for just big events throughout the year. And so putting an outdoor banner is just another great reminder for anyone who's driving by that you're bringing camp to town. Equipping your church partners is a huge deal. You're going to be able to maximize your reach, because the whole goal of Connect Camps is to plug families into the life of a local church. And so we want you to be able to have strategic church partners and give them the play to run as well. So you can give your church partners all of these marketing materials to help you get the word out about camp, because maybe they're in a different part of the community that you're having trouble reaching. And so you're probably reaching different areas of your local community. Some of you guys still love to explore options like radio, newspaper, billboards. Again, you know your community best. And so this is just another way that you can kind of add on top of the campaign that we're already giving you. I know in Enterprise, Alabama, I've seen billboards. We've written radio ads for Daytona. And so anything that you need, we're here to help you in. Next to last one says work with your communications team to get Connect Camps on your church-wide social media calendar. So if you have someone on your church staff that's thinking through like your digital communications all year long, then you're going to want to work with them, just like at the beginning where we want to work with them to get Connect Camps registration on the website. You're going to want to let them know that that week leading up to registration and the week after registration that you would really appreciate if they could if they could put the word out about Connect Camps registration going live on your main church page social media. That's going to help you get the most visibility with families. And then if you're wanting to do any additional paid ads in your area on top of what Connect already does, then you can reach out to the Connect marketing firm and we will run additional paid ads for you. You can email Nate at Connect to talk about that. The list of marketing materials that you're going to use in this campaign is a little bit longer, but that's just because we know we're gearing up for registration going live. And this is a really important time to kind of build your Get Notified list. So at the top, it says all Get Notified designs, and then we kind of listed them out for you there. So that includes a hype card, 2 different poster options. The Trifold has a Get Notified version, as well as the Remarkable card that kind of just outlines the different remarkables of Connect for the camper parent. So think remarkable content, remarkable quality, remarkable relationships, and remarkable staff. So that's what that means. And it kind of talks about each one of those. So especially if you're a new community, the remarkable card is going to be great to kind of help cast vision to camper parents so that they know that camp is a safe and fun opportunity for their child. The skill print piece is something that's new this year. The skills used to live on the inside of the Trifold, but we felt that skills are one of the most fun parts of camp and what campers look forward to probably the most. And so we wanted to give them their own marketing resource. So there's a classic version and there's a remix version, depending on what type of host you are. And that's also linked in your community folder. So those are most of the print pieces that you're going to get. And then you've got Sunday slides, all kinds of social media graphics, an email banner or an email header that can go at the top of any email that you send out that's specific about Connect Camps. And then, of course, you've got countdown graphics because we love a good countdown at Connect Camps to build hype leading up to a big announcement. Just a fun little thought. It may be good to have some hype cards handy. In the new year, you know, people may trickle back in and set their family goals and be like, we're going to get back on track after the holidays and get back into church. So maybe they missed some announcements in the fall that you were making about camp, but now you can kind of get them in and let them know, hey, camp is coming back or camp is coming to our community. And so it would be a good idea to have some hype cards and just have them at the guest service table or have guest service teams pass them out as families enter your church one of those first Sundays in January as part of the campaign. And just a reminder, everything is linked in your community folder in the Google Drive, and they're linked all along the way when we tell you to use them as well. This campaign is going to run for 2 weeks. You can pick any time in January. This one's not really event specific. This is going to have email, text, and social, just like the other campaigns. And then you can, like I talked through earlier, you can add in any of these fun additional thoughts to kind of elevate it a little bit. The first day you're going to send an email. This campaign is definitely more countdown centric, and then the next campaign is going to be even more countdown centric because we're going to be getting closer to registration, the beginning of February. So this one's talking about weeks leading up to registration going live. So depending on when you send it out, you'll just need to count down how many weeks there are until February 16th. This could also be fun to include a giveaway for Connect Camps. We're going to be giving away 1 full scholarship to a family or to 1 camper who gets notified for registration going live. So encourage your families in that. This is something that Connect Camps is doing for all communities that we're going to be in for summer 2025. So 1 lucky mom, family, 1 lucky camper will receive a full scholarship code from Connect to register for camp. And so you're going to want to put that giveaway graphic in here. Day 3 is going to be your first text, and this is New Year centric. So if you're sending it a little later than New Year's, you're going to just want to talk about parent content as part of that. And you can just change that first 1-liner there. Then you've got your social media post on day 4, your first one there. Again, this would be highlighting the giveaway part of parents signing up to get notified. Then on day 6, you've got your second email, and this is geared towards a fun family activity. So this is going to include your winter parent content, and that'll be linked in your folder there. Then on day 7, you're going to have your second social media post, and you're going to use a countdown graphic. That way it kind of mimics the thought in the email. So you're saying the same thing. So we're going to see you at blank number of weeks at camp this summer. Then on day 10, you're going to send that second text. You'll just need to add in how many weeks, depending on how far you're sending this out from registration going live. And then on day 12, you're going to send that third email. You're going to link the theme teaser video. So this email is geared towards getting campers and their families energized and excited about the theme for this upcoming year, which is True Friend. And so you'll have that linked in your community folder as well. Then on day 12, you're going to do your third social media post. This is where you're going to film a selfie video. Again, this is just to help your church get visibility before your week of camp, because we believe in church visibility all year long to help you get outside your walls and meet new families and meet new people. So if you need help with what this part of the strategy is, don't hesitate to reach out to your home office contact and we can get more clarity. But we hope we give you enough here with what the idea and thought is here, and then the example script that you can use. It's right there. You'll just need to change out anything in red when you're talking. And then the caption is written for you. Again, just a reminder, on social media, if you're on Facebook or on Instagram, when you're posting, they need to be a little different. So on Facebook, you can put that link in the caption because a link is clickable on Facebook, but you cannot put a link in the caption on Instagram because a link is not clickable. So you're trying to think through what's the easiest user experience for my customer. And so you're going to want to tell them to go to the link in bio there for that click. Then on day 14, you're going to send your last email of the campaign, reminding them of the giveaway. And then you're going to want to send post the last social media post for this campaign. And this is geared towards the theme teaser. So you're going to kind of mimic what was in that email up here about the theme teaser. So that's the Winter Get Notified campaign. This one's definitely a little bulkier than the previous ones in the fall and at Christmas. But that's just because you're getting closer to registration going live. And so we're really trying to help you build a ton of hype and a ton of energy around Connect Camps coming back so that you can really launch registration on February 16th with confidence, knowing that families are going to sign up to come to camp and you're going to meet unchurched families. And so that's really exciting. So watch the other videos for more ideas and more campaigns. And I'm looking forward to your church executing this campaign in your community for camp coming back next summer.